The key to success is education. Education paves the way for anyone to achieve something that they otherwise couldn't. In today's world, it's more important to have a bachelor's degree and to be able to show people that you know how to learn and to be successful in your learning endeavors. Having a good education is so important that so many people want to decide every year about, which school should I send my student and how should I decide and what are some things I can look at. Well, one of the choices that I have considered in my own family, and a lot of people I know have considered, is homeschooling. So I looked into it, and I showed a lot how homeschooled children do all around better than public school children. Well, having a background in statistics myself, I really looked into this, and I learned that from the National Center for Education Statistics, there are 50.1 million school-age students attending public school, and there are only 3% of the entire school-age population that are homeschooled. So 3 out of 100 children are homeschooled. So that got me thinking, how do the statistics really measure up? They really don't. When you are comparing 3 students to 97 students, you're really comparing apples and oranges. I will that the students who are homeschooled are able to get a lot of parent involvement, which is particularly important in all students' education and learning and growth. But I will say that public school children can get that same parental involvement, but with a lot more perks for attending a public school. For example, teachers who are going to teach at a public school or private school, they get special education. They're trained. They go to school specifically to be a teacher. They're trained in their specific subject, or they have a degree in teaching, whether it be elementary education or early childhood education, secondary education, or English educators that are specific for teachers and being able to teach people. Not only that, teachers are also able to learn about the different learning styles and being able to teach children who have different learning styles and really know what they're doing. Whereas parents don't always have that same type of opportunity to know from one child to the next what their specific learning styles are and how to change accordingly and how to help them, whereas teachers are specifically trained to be able to teach these types of things. Another thing is that there are teachers and people on campus for children to talk to other than a parent or another sibling. There's someone outside the home that will be able to help them with any certain issues that they may be feeling or problems, and this just gives students another resource and an outside guide and help to their own lives. There are also teachers that are specific for students who have special needs. My sister-in-law is attending school right now with a special education major, and she's going to be able to help so many children in a public school who need that special education. Public schools also teach students how to catch different learning disorders and stuff like that. Teachers are able to help students who have learning disabilities, and they're also able to catch abuse and things of that nature. Students are also able to work under pressure. They are taught how to compete against each other, particularly in high school, where lots of students rank and they want to be the top, and so GPA and rank and things like that become very competitive, which for some kids really helps them improve. And it also is competition really to prepare them for college, when that type of competition is very rampant around a lot of universities. You also learn how to take standardized tests, and again, if you look for the statistics on homeschooling, you'll see that overall homeschooled, it shows that they do better on standardized testings than public school. But again, you are comparing apples to oranges with the sample size of the homeschooling versus the sample size of a public school. So not only that, but public schools also give the opportunity for students to experience traditions and to mimic real-life situations. They're able to attend prom and football games, and of course homeschooled kids can attend those as well, but it's not exactly the same just because of the feeling of school spirit and belonging and traditions and things of that nature, which aren't really available in a homeschool setting. Public school also gives the opportunity for parents and students to help mimic real-life situations. Students have to learn to become more independent as they communicate with their teachers that they may or may not like, just like they may not like a boss in the future, and they also have to communicate with other students that they may or may not like. And homeschool, they also sometimes, I know online, they have communications with other students who are homeschooled, and they are able to work with other people, again, who they may or may not like. But at a public school, you have this opportunity almost every day to deal with people who you may or may not like, including teachers, which could be similitude later in life to bosses or coworkers. So overall, I would say that when looking into home teaching, homeschooling, or sending your kids to public school, I would really make sure that you understand the differences that would be beneficial, and of course choose what's best for your family. But overall, I think that public school really gives an overall good experience as long as there's parent involvement, because parent involvement in a public school setting really makes the difference, because if the children know that the parents care, they're going to care.